everyone, welcome back. So today I'm doing a video on my top eyeshadows from the drugstore. I know there are a lot of top 10 videos and I have done some of my favorite drugstore products, but I've never done a video on some of the real gems in the drugstore. So I want to kind of do some more videos like my top 10 blushes from the drugstore, or just really my top favorites. This, I don't even know if I have 10 or a little bit more, probably. You guys know me, I always go overboard. So, but there are so many great products from the drugstore, so especially eyeshadows. Now, I'm going to just show you a few of my favorites. These are probably the most reach for. I kind of keep my eyeshadows separated by the drugstore products that I reach for the most as far as eyeshadows, and then I do have some other drugstore palettes and whatnot that I don't typically go to as much, that I keep in another drawer. So I pulled all of these from the drawer that I use the most often. So all of these are my favorites. I highly recommend them. I think they're awesome and you can find them all at the drugstore. So I'm just gonna get started and show you my favorites. Now I'm going to start out with Wet n Wild first. Now I'm probably the only person that will say or admit that I don't particularly love the trios. I think the best Wet n Wild shades are from the 6-pan that are no longer around anymore. I do have a few of those. If you can find them at your dollar store, I definitely would pick those up. Those are the most pigmented. Some of the 8-pan ones are really, really nice, but for the most part, it's not that they're not good, it's just I don't gravitate towards them. These little singles I think are gems and I definitely use on a regular basis. So I have all the trios and I just don't reach for them enough. So I can't call them favorites. It's not that they're not good, but they're really just not my favorites. So the first one that I'm going to show you from these singles, which are like $1.99 or 99 cents, and I know that you can get them, you know, on major discount. This is Nutty, which is a gorgeous taupe color, really smooth and buttery. I don't know if you can even just see how pigmented and nicely that applied. This is a beautiful shade. It's really similar to MAC's Satin Taupe, but it has a little bit more brown in it than Satin Taupe does. I absolutely love this shade. It's beautiful through the crease. It's really nice on the lid. This is just a really gorgeous color. So definitely look into Nutty. Now these are the Color Icon Wet n Wild singles that I'm showing you. And the other color is Brûlée. Now this is the best upper brow bone highlight. It is a matte cream color, and I do know a few people who actually use this to set under their eyes. It's just so pigmented and beautiful. I love it as a brow bone highlight. I do have it on today. I do have a shimmery shade over it, but I love this. Something that I reach for on a regular basis. It's just a really nice color. It's almost like that beautiful ivory Brûlée color. So I love it. It's perfect skin tone shade, cancels out any redness. These two Wet n Wild color icons are definitely hidden gems. I suggest you check them out when you are at the drugstore. Okay, the next shadow is from Jane Cosmetics. Now, Jane Cosmetics is sold in Ulta. And you can use your Ulta coupons, the $3 off. And also they have buy one, get one 50% off a lot. So you can find these eyeshadows for a really great deal. But these eyeshadows are amazing. They have a bunch of different shades that ranging from color and finish. They have mattes and shimmer shades and just a wide selection of color. So this is one of my favorites. It's in the color Dawn. It's a really pretty, almost rosy gold with a little bit of amber in it color. Ugh, I love it. And super smooth and pigmented. I mean, you can see how beautiful and pigmented these shades are. So I love this. So now this is the color Dawn. Makes a beautiful lid or crease color and just really, really nice and quality shades. I think these run about $8 if you're buying them at full price. But like I said, when you are shopping at Ulta, which is where they are sold, you can definitely use your coupons and find them on sale quite often. Okay, the next two are from the same type of collection. These are the L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadows. I love these eyeshadows. I have one other that I forgot to include, but I'm just gonna say it. But these are the two that I definitely think are such standouts from the collection, plus the other one. Here I have Bronzed Taupe and Amber Rush. The third one that I forgot to grab was Ice Latte. That's a gorgeous highlight shade, a beautiful lid shade. It's very similar to Stila's Kitten, just super pigmented. Now these Infallibles are like basically like pressed pigment, so they do come with a stopper right here, and there's the product. It's not quite a pressed shadow, it's like that combination in between, almost hybrid formula. Oh, this is one of those beautiful rose gold shades, kind of like the Jane Cosmetics one. Very, very pigmented, very gorgeous. These are seriously infallible and last all day. This one is a little bit brighter than the Jane one, and it has a lot more metallic sheen to it. So this is Amber Rush, and I love this shade. Even if you pair this on the lid and then put like a deep purple in the crease, it's such a pretty eye look. So love that color. Next L'Oreal Infallible that I love is this Bronzed Taupe color. Yes, I love taupe shades. That is Bronzed Taupe, so beautiful, really easy to wear, and looks great on the lid. As you can see, extremely pigmented, just beautiful. These are honestly so long wearing, so they have that infallible, which is L'Oreal's way of saying long wearing, and these are definitely long wearing, and they boast to be crease proof. I do actually notice a little bit of creasing with these, but I have really oily eyelids, so just make sure that you're using a good primer, and I don't think that you'll find a problem with it, because when I don't wear a primer, I notice creasing, but when I am wearing a primer, I don't notice it at all. So just make sure you're wearing a great primer, and you shouldn't notice any creasing. Okay, my favorite eyeshadow duo from the drugstore is this L'Oreal Hip. These are the Hip Duos, and this one is in, what is this, 510 Electrified. This is the prettiest duo ever. I love it together. I love this shade singly. This is one of the most beautiful, like silvery taupe shades ever. So pigmented, so buttery and smooth, and this is just a beautiful plum color. These two colors pair so nicely together for the most beautiful eye. I've worn this duo in several of my videos, and every time I wear it, somebody asks me what I'm wearing. A long time ago, when I had really poor camera quality, I did a video on these. I should probably do an updated on this look because it is so beautiful. So that is the taupey shade, obviously, and that is the purple. But can you see how pigmented these are, and just really creamy and smooth? I love these. Definitely one of those awesome buys. So this is L'Oreal's Hip Duo in 510 Electrified. You can find, I've seen this at Walmart. I think it's around $5. Walmart, Target, everywhere carries these Hip Duos. A lot of times they have a kind of a small selection, but I've always seen this duo in Electrified wherever they're being sold. Definitely pick this one up if you see it. I promise you, you would not be disappointed. This is so beautiful. Really nice trio from CoverGirl is this Shimmering Sands. Now I feel like if you're just starting in makeup, this is like the perfect starter eyeshadow trio for you. It has three really beautiful colors. These make a really great eye. They're very simple and basic, but they just make a beautiful eye look. I did like a back to school tutorial at one point, I think, using these. Just really pretty. You know, this is like the deeper bronze shade. Any of these could be lid colors, any three of them. Really, really metallic highlight shade. So these are very wearable shades. I feel like they would flatter any kind of age range. Young teens getting into makeup all the way up the age range scale, because I feel like these are just really flattering shades and you can do a lot with them. A lot of beautiful lid shades. If you wanted to run like a matte color through your crease, I definitely think this is like one of those great starter palettes. So CoverGirl's Shimmering Sands, one of my top eyeshadows from the drugstore. Okay, this next shadow is seriously one of the cheapest. It's from Essence. I don't hear a lot about Essence eyeshadows on YouTube. I have heard from a few people here and there, but this is the color Party All Night, and it is a metallic eyeshadow. Honestly, this is so buttery, and look at that pigmentation. This is just a beautiful lid shade or a crease shade. It's just so smooth and pigmented. That was just that one swipe. It's really nice because it's not too dark. It's subtle. This would be one of those if you laid down like a color tattoo from Maybelline and Bad to the Bronze and just layered this on top of it and some mascara, it would be like complete look. I love this shade, definitely for the metallic lovers out there, and it's so inexpensive. You can find it at your drugstore. I think it's $1.99, I believe. But love this shade in Party All Night. So there is the swatch. This next eyeshadow is from Maybelline, and this is called Tastefully Taupe. Now, I've heard about this shade from my friend Melissa a million times and from several other girls here on YouTube. I do know that it is a favorite. It's just a really beautiful taupey shade, great crease color because it's not too metallic and it's not too shimmery. So this is just one of those really nice outer corner shades or crease colors or lid colors because it's not too much of anything, but it's really, really beautiful. Really smooth. It's a Maybelline single. It does have like a little bit of a sheen to it, but it's definitely nothing super metallic. So I love this Tastefully Taupe, and these Maybelline singles are under $5. Okay, these next two quads from Maybelline are by far my favorite. I've done a look on this purple one before, and I've done a half-face tutorial using this quad in, this is Natural Smokes, the Stylish Smokes from Maybelline. This one is, it has like all of the shades in it are dupes for MAC eyeshadows. I will link that tutorial below if you'd like to see where I do half of my face with high-end products and half of my face with drugstore, and this is what I used all on my eyes, all of these shadows, and then I duped them with MAC eyeshadows. So definitely check that out if you're interested. I love these quads. I think that they have really nice colors. So let me just swatch some of these for you. Really pigmented too. These all say, you know, what they're for, they label them, but that's just a really great shade. It tells you where you can put them, but I never follow directions. I kind of put them where I want to. Love this quad. I think it gives a great everyday look, and this is again in Natural Smokes. It's one of those really beautiful everyday looks. The next one from Maybelline that I love is this Lavender Smokes. I love purple shades, and I just love this really shimmery purple shade right here. I think it's gorgeous. It has a really nice light pinky purple and a really pretty mid-tone plum shade, and then a nice almost has like a satin plum shade. You guys are purple lovers. I love purple eyeshadow. I love wearing it. I feel like it's so flattering on blue and green eyes. I mean brown eyes too, but I just really love purple shades, and I think that this is a great one from the drugstore. So Lavender Smokes from Maybelline. Check out these Maybelline quads because they really put together 4 colors that really go together and complementary to come up with a really beautiful look. So those are my top eyeshadows from the drugstore. There's a combination of some palettes, some singles across all brands. I'd love to hear what some of y'all's favorites are. I have to spend a ton of money these days to get a really quality shadow. I feel like the drugstore has really stepped it up a notch in the past several years. So I hope that was helpful to y'all just to find some gems in the drugstore. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe below if you're interested. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Mwah.